Welcome back to the Dream Kitchen. Dominique's cooking today because she thinks she might want to do this when she gets to be 18. And what are we making today, Dominique?
We're making Anthony a birthday cake.
We are. And what it's going to be just a regular old Devil's Food box cake mix.
Yes.
So, but what are we cooking it? And we're not cooking it in the oven, are we?
No, we're cooking it in the quick cooker.
Because you can't use the oven yet, right?
Right.
Okay.
We already put the batter in.
You already put the cake mix in the bowl. So now we need 3/4 of a cup of water. So let's look at our measuring cups. There's 1/4 cup. We need 3 of this one. 3 things of water that go into this bowl. Okay?
Okay.
And while she's doing that, we're going to show you one of our new fall products. This is actually designed for the quick cooker. So it is one of Pampered Chef's anodized metal baking pans, but it's designed exclusively to use with the quick cooker. And how we're going to do that is we're going to pressure cook this cake for 20 minutes on the custom setting, which I can't wait to show you. But it comes with this lovely little rack, which is going to keep the cake from sitting in the cup of water that you need to steam it.
I put 3 spoonfuls of these.
Okay, so you did the 3/4 of a cup of water, and now we are going to add 1/3 of a cup, so 1/3. We're still learning fractions, right? Fractions are not our favorite thing, are they, Dominique?
This one?
1/3, yep. And we're going to use 1/3 of a cup of plain old vegetable oil. And if you pour over the bowl, it's generally better because that way if there's any drips, you can go right ahead and set the cups down on the plastic there. Okay. So now, this is her favorite part. What's your favorite part? You get to
mix.
But first, what do you got to add? Are we missing something?
Eggs.
Huevos. So did you know, Dominique, that if you're allergic to eggs, or if somebody's allergic to eggs, that if you add 3 tablespoons of applesauce to a recipe, it's the same as adding 1 egg? Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, learn something every day, right?
Right.
Okay. And why do we wash our hands after we handle eggs? Because they have
items that you don't want to get in your mouth.
Right, salmonella. Yep, they have a type of bacteria called salmonella that can make you very sick. So, all right, so we got our 3 eggs, but now you get to mix. And I've taught her clean as you go. So she's all about that clean as you go life. So what we're going to do to get the quick cooker ready, before you start mixing, my little one, we're going to fill a cup with 1 cup of water, and it's going to go into the bottom of the silver insert in the quick cooker. So if you've never seen the quick cooker insides, you can see mine has been well used. If you're worried about the schmutz on the bottom, you don't have to. This recipe, we're steaming it. This has been husbanded a little bit. So when you want to get that black schmutz off the bottom of your pan, you can use just a smidge of baking soda and scour it. It comes right off. And there is actually a whole wonderful video on the Pampered Chef YouTube channel about how to do a complete deep clean on your quick cooker, which I strongly recommend. Yes, you can mix. Okay, so she is becoming my helper in the kitchen. She likes doing these videos with Mom because it gives us some time together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Dominique, do you know how long Pampered Chef's been in business?
No.
It's been in business since I was 2 years old. Does that make me really old?
Not really. This makes you have been a part of Pampered Chef ever since you were born.
Oh. Well, I don't know about that. I think I bought my first pizza stone in 2004, which was when Anthony was 5 years old, and he's going to be 20 today. So I'm enjoying spending time with my littlest one because my biggest one is growing up. So while she's doing that, I am going to open the vegetable oil again, and I am going to use the barbecue basting brush, and I'm just going to lightly coat this pan with a little bit of oil so that the cake doesn't stick. If I can get a grip on the bottle, because, well, you know. So you take the clean basting brush and you get all those little nooks and crannies, because you want to coat it evenly so you don't have any greasy spots, but at the same time you want that cake to slide right out. You can see we're getting a nice paint here. And you want to paint all the way up the sides of the cone too, because otherwise what's going to happen is it releases on the outside and then it sticks to this cone. And for those of you that don't know, my parents used to have a bakery, and I don't know if you remember that spray stuff they call Vegeline. It was basically aerosolized Crisco. My mother used to swear by that, but now they've found all those propellants get into your food. I mean, who knew? So if you don't have one of our kitchen spretzers, this is a nice way to do that. And you make sure it's spread pretty well. I mean, you're going to have a little bit collecting here, but not the end of the world. And if you wanted to, you could even hang the brush from here with the hook. Ta-da! Okay, that's my kitchen magic for the day. All right, Dom, how are we coming? We got any lumps?
A lot. I'm trying to mix it up to get them all out.
Okay. So
It's like slime.
it is. That's why cooks have such strong biceps. Do you know that? That's why Robert Irvine has those big old guns, because he lifts sides of beef and stirs really, really fast. But that's okay. It takes time to build muscles like that, right?
Right.
And you need chocolate for muscles like that, right?
Right. Lots of chocolate.
Lots of chocolate. Yeah, that's why we ate a whole box of salted caramels while we were watching Emergency, huh?
Yes, I like Emergency. It's the best show ever. Next to My Little Pony.
Next to your little pony?
Yes, My Little Pony.
So, you think you could make a quick cooker cake again sometime?
Yes.
I bet you could too. All right, Pumpkin, that looks pretty good. So, oh, we have a bear coming into the castle. All right. So I'll hold the bowl steady for you. I'll hold it and you scrape. And we're scraping all that good batter in. It's going to go on one side, and use your spatula and kind of spread it around. And I'll show you guys a cool trick that I learned from my very amazingly talented mother. Once we get all the batter out. Okay, make sure you scrape the sides and the bottom and get all that good batter out. And the nice thing about a glass bowl is you can see if there's any left. Okay.
There's lots left.
Okay, scrape it all down. Oh, that looks really good. Your brother's going to be a very spoiled boy.
He was spoiled ever since he was born.
Oh, I'll tell him you said so. Okay.
We have a good mother.
All right. So, when you're doing a cake, the most important thing, you want to take that over to the sink and put it in some water. The most important thing is you want it to be level. And I don't know if you can see, but this side's lower than this side. So you can just kind of shake the batter around. And you can see the oil that we put on kind of coating the sides. And if you shake the batter, you're doing a couple of things. You're getting out the air pockets, because you don't want those to bake in and create bubbles in your cake. And you're leveling it. And then, my mother always used to say, you tap it for luck. So, now that our cake is ready, you see it's nice and even, we are going to turn it into the quick cooker here. And it goes right in on top of the water. You can see it fits in perfectly. Okay, Dominique, go ahead and pop the lid back on. She just wants to lick all the cake batter off the spatula.
I already did that.
And it talks to you. It'll tell you when it's on there correctly. And it needs to sit just right in order for it to lock. See? There's only one way. Okay. So now we're going to turn the wheel of destiny.
Second wheel of destiny.
And we want it to go on custom, which is, oh, there's a dessert setting. You want to try dessert?
Yes. If that's not long enough, we'll try another one.
Okay. So we set it to dessert.
And then we hit start.
And we are going to hit start. Oh, no, this doesn't work like it does on the blender. Where's start, Dominique? Okay, push it. So now we're going to wait for this to come to pressure. And this little icon here means that the quick cooker is building pressure and steam. You'll know when it gets fully charged because this inner circle here will turn bright blue. And that's going to do the cooking for us. We're using the power of steam. So we're back, part 2 of the video tutorial here with Dominique. So what happened, Dominique?
It built pressure, and now it's going to cook. And then when it's done, we're going to frost it with chocolate frosting.
Yep, and what's the best way to do that easily? You can spread it with a knife, or
you can spread it with
one of the scrapers like we used earlier. Yes, I know. Like what I was going to say is if you take the foil off of this and you throw it in the microwave for a minute and turn it liquid, you put it on top of the cake and you just pour it over and it runs all over it and makes a really cool glaze, and it's a lot less work. So we've got 39 minutes to go before this is done cooking, and like you can see, it's built pressure, and so the circle is completely lit up, and that means it's working. Now the quick cooker, a little bit about the pressure cooking. It has a couple of safety features. It has this manual release here, which you can use to manually release the pressure. Or it has this safety knob over here by Dominique, which lets it release naturally. So it's impossible for it to explode. I mean, we've all heard the horror stories about pressure cooking, but this is very safe, and you can touch the outside. Even when it's at full pressure, it stays completely cold. And this, I know there's a lot of other brands out there, but this one has how many unique settings? We've got 7,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14 plus a custom setting. So it does all kinds of things. And what's nice about it is for busy weekday meals, or you know, you just want to set it and forget it. This even does a slow cook. So you can use this pressure cooker as a slow cooker as well. You don't have to just use this to pressure cook quickly. You can slow cook in here. And it's become a really nice addition to the household kitchen. Eric doesn't like it so much because he's an old school throwdown chef, but that's okay because it means when I go to the hotel and I want to travel with food, I can set it and forget it, or I can cook something very easily and have a really hot meal in my hotel.
Yeah.
When I'm away from you guys.
Yeah, and last time our daddy used it, but the food turned to slop.
Oh no. Yeah, there is a little bit of a learning curve, but the thing about Pampered Chef is they make it pretty easy. So we're going to give this a go because I have never pressure cooked a cake, and I'm excited to see how it turns out. So we'll come back in a few minutes once we get closer to done, and I'll show you the finished product, okay?
Yeah.
Ciao!
Ciao, Bella!
All right, so we're ready. It's at 0, and Dominique just hit the manual release. You can see the steam is venting backwards, which is really cool because it means that everybody can use it. And as you can see, I gave it a wide amount of space behind so that it's not venting directly up on the woodwork or the window or the curtains, or, you know, places you don't want steam. And if you look at the screen, you'll see that once we stopped pressure, it is saying warming. And so it's gonna...
Smells delicious.
Yep, and it'll tell you. It says 1, we're warming. And now that you've completely vented, you can see the natural steam escaping also. But now that you've completely vented, the quick cooker will allow you to unlock. It will not allow you to unlock if it is still at full pressure. So that is another important safety feature. Oh, and look at this cake. Okay, so you remember what it was looking like when we went in, right?
Yeah.
Now this is hot. There is steam, so you need to be careful. And I recommend one of our silicone gloves. Look at this. No oven required. Spongy, gorgeous, moist, delicious cake. So we're going to let this cool off completely. And the nice thing about that little metal stand is you've got air circulating all around it. So it even kind of makes its own cooling rack, because what cools the cake in the pan is air circulation. How neat is that? All right, we'll be back for part 4. Hang on.
Bye.
Hi, so we're back in the kitchen with Dominique. Oh, and this was so easy, she even had space for a wardrobe change. Look at this. Okay, so finishing steps. We cooled the cake completely to room temperature, and we put it on this nice piece of recycled paper bag, because I'm all about reusing stuff, and it makes the pan easier to clean up after we do the glaze. So we're going to put the pan right on top of our new Lazy Susan, which is another new fall product I'm really excited about. And she microwaved this for how long, Dominique?
1 minute.
Okay, so I'm going to help you because I need you to spin. And you need to spin slowly. Spin, there you go. Beautiful.
Practically.
No effort required cake. And when you cut into that, all that frosting in the middle, it's going to be gorgeous. And you have the added bonus of the paper bag sitting on the sheet pan, covering up the ugliness underneath from all those baked on dinners. But it protects the frosting from rolling out. So get in there with your finished product. What do you think?
It looks delicious.
Dominique baked Anthony a cake. How bad do you want to eat this right now?
So bad.
Oh yeah, me too. And Pops hasn't even seen it. God help us when Pops sees it. So, all right. That's it for the Dream Kitchen today.
Ciao,
we'll be
Bella.
back next week.
Ciao, Bella.
Ciao.
Bella.
To get the products seen in today's video, visit our website, PamperedChef.biz/Lydiasdreamkitchen. Have a great day.